Nad government comes down hard on the High Court over the shifting of the Anna Centenary Library, says that it must not interfere. A huge relief for South India as the LPG tanker strike is called off. However, there is no decision on rents as yet. Centre's yet to take a stand on supporting Sri Lanka and the United Nations. SM Krishna says he'll consider Jayalalitha's request. Vigilance sleuths raid former DMK Minister Parithilam Varadi's house, a case of amassing wealth of over 1.56 crore. And on Women's Day, India is recognized as one of the proud countries that have decorated its highest thrones with women. Hello and welcome to News Tonight with me, Deepthi. A huge relief for all of South India as the LPG tanker strike has finally come to an end. That's not all, it's double celebration today as it is International Women's Day and Holi as well. More on that in the next 30 minutes, but first the national headlines. An IPS officer is crushed under a tractor allegedly by the mining mafia in the Morena district of Madhya Pradesh. 175 people, mostly children, are hospitalized in Mumbai with suspected benzene poisoning from toxic holy colors. Former Karnataka Chief Minister B.S. Yediyurappa tells NDTV the BJP leadership had promised to reinstate him as CM once he was cleared of more serious charges against him. It's the end of an era. The wall Rahul Dravid is going to announce his retirement from all forms of cricket tomorrow. And Trinamool leader and Railway Minister Dinesh Trivedi says his comments on midterm polls were his own and not his party's. News in detail. In the case filed against shifting of Anna Library to the DPI complex, the Tamil Nadu government filed a reply today which had cited various reasons as to why the government took a decision to shift the library. The Tamil Nadu government has said that the court must not interfere in the policy decision of the government like shifting of the Anna Library. It says the DPI complex where it had proposed to shift the library is proximal to the colleges in the city and can be more accessible than in the present location. It has also been mentioned that out of the total area of around 3,50,000 square feet, only around 50,000 square feet area has been utilized for the library. Considering that there are no government hospitals around the area where the Anna Library is situated at present, the newly proposed multi-speciality hospital can be of great use to the people living in South Chennai. Hearing of this case has been adjourned till the 12th of March.
Public interest litigation challenging the government move to shift the library was taken up by the first bench Madras High Court today. The counter was filed by the Advocate General, on which they contended various grounds, stating that the government has got the prerogative to shift the library. Moreover, there were gross irregularities in the construction of the library and other things were contended by them, for which we argued before the Honorable Court by saying that the government has got no such role to take a policy decision which affects upon the fundamental rights of the people. Moreover, in case of gross irregularities or financial misappropriation, the government has got the power to invoke action, but at the same time that cannot be the ground for shifting the library, for which the Chief Justice has posted the case to 12th March for further arguments, and the case will be decided during the next course of argument.
After talks with oil companies and government representatives, the LPG Tanker Lorry Owners Association have decided to call off their strike. However, there was no decision on the increase in rents, which was a major demand of the lorry associations placed for jumping into the strike. The tanker lorry associations are on an indefinite strike since the 20th of last month, placing demands like increase in lorry lengths, renewal of contracts and inclusion of new tanker lorries. The tri-party talks held last Saturday and the talks held at Namakkal turned futile and failed to end the stir. Following this, as another attempt to end the strike, tri-party talks took place in Chennai yesterday, which went on till early hours of today, after which it was decided to call off the strike.
லாரிக்காரங்க எல்பிஜி உரிமையாளர்கள் கேக்குறீங்க எல்பிஜி உரிமையாளர்கள் பேச்சுவார்த்தையில ஒத்துக்கிட்டாங்க ஒத்துக்கிட்டதன் பேர்ல தான் இந்த முடிவுகள் எட்டப்பட்டது.
தமிழக அரசினுடைய முயற்சியால் இன்று எங்களுடைய கோரிக்கையெல்லாம் ஓரளவுக்கு நிறைவேற்றி இன்னும் ஒரு மாதத்துக்குள் அந்த கோரிக்கைகளை நிறைவேற்றி கொடுப்பதாக உறுதியளித்தார்கள். அந்த அடிப்படையில் இன்று முதல் வேலை நிறுத்தம் வாபஸ் பெறப்பட்டது.
While almost all political leaders from the south, including Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha and her political rival Karunanidhi, have strongly urged the centre to vote against Sri Lanka on the resolution to be passed against it in the Human Rights Council meet of the United Nations, the Union External Affairs Minister S.M. Krishna has today said that India has yet not taken a decision on this issue. He, however, said that views of Tamil Nadu Chief Minister Jayalalitha and other politicians will be taken into consideration while taking a decision.
I would like to assure the Honorable Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu that her opinion will certainly be factored in the decision that we are going to make. We certainly will take into account the overall relationship between India and Sri Lanka, and then take the sentiments that are prevalent in our country, and then ultimately we will take a call on that.
But still India is indecisive on this particular issue, sir?
No, we will take every factor into consideration before we take a final call on our stand in Geneva.
The former Tamil Nadu Minister for Information and Publicity, Paruthi Ilambarudi's house was raided by vigilance officials on charges of accumulating assets disproportionate to his known sources of income. The Directorate of Vigilance and Anti-Corruption said after discreet enquiries, a case under Prevention of Corruption Act has been registered against Ilambarudi for acquiring assets of around 1.56 crores. The Union Minister of State, Jayanti Natarajan, said that the chances of early elections for the Lok Sabha are unlikely. Taking part in the Women's Day celebration organized by the State Congress unit at Satyamurthy Bhavan, Jayanti expressed worries that only 55 women have made it to the Vidhan Sabhas in the 5 states that went to polls recently, despite the fact that around 6 crore women voted.
The நிதிநிலை அறிக்கையில் பெண்களுக்காக என்ன ஒதுக்கீடு அரசாங்கத்தில் செய்கிறார்கள் என்று கேட்க வேண்டும். ஒதுக்கீடு செய்ய வேண்டும் என்று போராட வேண்டும். மொத்தமாக ஒதுக்கீடு செய்யக்கூடாது, ஒவ்வொரு துறையிலும் ஒதுக்கீடு செய்ய வேண்டும். இந்த பட்ஜெட்டில் பெண்களுக்கு ஒதுக்கீடை செய்ய வேண்டும் என்ற குரலை இந்த நேரத்தில் நாம் எழுப்ப வேண்டும், எழுப்புவோம். நானும் இந்த குரலை மாண்புமிகு நிதியமைச்சர் வரை எடுத்துக்கொண்டு செல்வேன்.
The police arrested 2 persons alleged to have stolen 20 kilos of gold from jewelry makers in Saukarpet. 2 people from Sedapet were involved in converting old ornaments to gold bars. Jewelry makers from Saukarpet had given them jewelry worth 20 kilos and placed orders to convert them into bars. The 2 had absconded with the jewelry, following which the police complaint was filed against them, based on which one of the 2 bar makers was arrested today. Police are on the lookout for the other person. A patient who was allegedly cheated by a self-styled doctor approached the Chennai Police Commissioner urging the city police to charge sheet the case. According to the petitioner, on seeing the advertisement of Rajavaidya Sala in Mylapore made by one of the self-styled doctor Vijay Kumar, she had approached him for treatment of her skin disease psoriasis and he had charged 30,000 per sitting. Without knowing that Vijay Kumar was arrested under the Gundas Act and he had cheated the public, she went to the Vaidyasala again in 2009 and stating that his father had gone abroad at that time, his son Jagdish and daughter-in-law Anila Jagdish introduced themselves as doctors and gave the medicines to her. Totally she had paid around 4 lakhs, but her disease had aggravated since then. The victim has lodged a complaint with the Chennai Police Commissioner this morning.
டாக்டர் விஜயகுமார் மேலே பிரசாந்த லட்சுமி கடப்பாலேருந்து வந்து கம்ப்ளைண்ட் கொடுத்தாங்க. அவர் இந்த மாதிரி அவரும் அவரோட மருமகள் பையன் 3 பேரும் வந்து எங்களை வந்து மருத்துவம் பார்க்குறேன்ட்டு சிகிச்சைக்கோசரம் 4 லட்சம் வரைக்கும் கலெக்ட் பண்ணிட்டாங்க. பட் க்யூர் ஆகலை, இன்னும் ஒஸ்ட் ஆகிடுச்சு. அது தொடர்பாக மயிலாப்பூர் போலீஸ் ஸ்டேஷன் எஃப்ஐஆர் போட்டாங்க. தென் ப்ராசஸ் இல்லைன்னொடனே ஹைகோர்ட்டில் வந்து 2011 வந்து ஏப்ரலில் ஒரு 3 மாதம் வித்தின் 3 monthsல வந்து இன்வெஸ்டிகேஷன் முடிக்கணுன்ட்டு ஆர்டர் வாங்கணும். பட் அந்த ஆர்டரை வந்து இன்னும் சார்ஜ் ஷீட் போடாததால் இப்போ வந்து கமிஷனர் பார்த்து சார்ஜ் ஷீட் போட சொல்லி ரிக்வெஸ்ட் பண்ண வந்திருக்காங்க.
2 people died and 2 others suffered serious burns when a fire broke out in a poultry farm products laboratory. Police said some chemicals including hydrogen peroxide stored in the laboratory caught fire trapping 4 workers at Papampatti yesterday. Ravi of Tiruchirappalli and Karthikeyan died at the government hospital. The other 2 injured had been taken to a private hospital in Coimbatore. Fire and rescue service personnel put off the fire and rescued the workers. Rahul Dravid, the wall of Indian cricket, likely to hang his gloves. Find out more after the break.